So let's talk about Numbers 31. If we come from the point of view that our God is a loving God, then this cannot be genocide. And it doesn't help us to do these mind benders in order to say, well, God giveth life and God taketh away life. So God can commit genocide or tell us to commit genocide. That is walking on the edge of a cliff. Why? Because it justifies doing anything if God tells us to do it. So let's not go there. God did not tell Moses and Joshua to commit genocide. What he did tell them is to resurrect Canaan into eternal life. How was this done? It had to be Joshua, because Joshua carries the light. We need someone who carries the light within them to transform, elevate dark spaces, dark places in time and space. So Canaan is a dark place in time and space. Joshua carries the light of the resurrection. He is the Christed one in this instance, because every time that there is a resurrection from death to life, to eternal life, there is somebody who carries that Christ light. So Joshua leads the people into the promised land by becoming the promised land himself, by making the sacrifice as the lamb. So God is saying to elevate every man, woman, and child, in fact, everything, every animal, every blade of grass, the whole world of Canaan into a higher world, the holy city, the holy place. And Joshua does that through the spiritual transformation or resurrection of Canaan. The priest shows up because there is a priest whenever there is a sacrifice. And so the priest there is telling us, yes, Joshua is making this sacrifice. He is leading the people into the promised land by making this sacrifice as the lamb to bring the light to Canaan. When the captives are taken to Moses, the women and children, and Moses says, kill them, they seduce the men, and they're all bad, so kill them. What this tells us is that the women represent the womb of Canaan. They don't represent women and children. This is not actual women and children. They represent the womb of Canaan, which is darkness. And the fruit that this womb bears is also the fruit of darkness and death. Because the fruit that we bear when we're in darkness just manifests more darkness. And so when we're in the Spirit of God, we manifest fruit of life. So Moses is saying, kill them because they already are dead. This is telling us further that Canaan is a dark place. Everything coming out of Canaan is dark and full of death. And so it needs to be resurrected to eternal life. And Joshua is doing that. And he's leading the people into this new state of resurrection, which is the promised land. Now, during this time, this is tribulation. This is Armageddon. This is Noah's flood, Job's curse. This is when a righteous man or woman faces tribulation, faces the darkness. They carry the light within them, and they resurrect that space. Now, resurrection comes in two forms. It can be resurrection to eternal life or resurrection to damnation. Resurrection to damnation is the judgment. It's some form of judgment for the powers and principalities of darkness and those who embody it. Then there's a resurrection to eternal life for those who embody the desire for God, the love for God. These people will be taken to the next place. Either they will have their rebirth or they will make their ascension. But it's bringing somebody up or bringing somebody to the place of you're no longer going to be able to wreak havoc as you have been. Now you are going to get the consequences of that in some form. So Numbers 31 is not genocide. It is a resurrection of Canaan. And that is being done through Joshua.